Welcome to the 6th Earth Day celebration held here at Franklin Park Conservatory. So let's give a big round of applause for the Earth. So this year's celebration is being held in the new Wells Barn. What do you think of this place? It's a pretty amazing space. This was built in 2016, and it's a new facility for all of our growing outreach and education classes and programs. And a little bit about the Wells Barn, because you may not be familiar with it. This timber frame that is the 4,000 square foot original barn from Richland County, I guess you can sort of say that the Wells Barn is now the oldest because we brought that here and grew it into a 12,000 square foot facility for all of those wonderful and important outreach and education programs. So please spread the good word about this facility. There's nothing like this in North America, so it's something we should be very proud of to have the amazing Wells Barn that came from the earth, 7 different kinds of old growth wood that have really brought this beautiful space to life. The conservatory, for those of you who are not aware, has had a very long history of outreach and education, and that began in 2000 with the development of Growing to Green under the leadership of Bill Dawson, who everyone knows. Hello, Bill. I think we are trendsetters, but we were way ahead of the curve. This is the 16th year of Growing to Green, and under Bill's leadership and with support from our partners, we've been able to help start and encourage the growth and development of over 300 community gardens and green spaces in Central Ohio. Columbus and Franklin County and this community, we're one of the top, I would say top 5 community gardening programs in the country. So that's something we should all be very proud of because it really speaks to the quality of this community. Some of the other programs that we have include Growing Up Green, which is for the young people. One of our designers for a new garden that we're going to build has often said that you protect what you love. And it's really important that we get the young people out into nature and get them connected with the conservatory and with all the wonderful community gardens that you all have helped to start. And they'll protect the earth if they're familiar with the importance of nature. And that program has really taken off and is now an 8-week program. We go to the schools and we educate young people on the importance of healthy eating and growing healthy fruits and vegetables. Also, Healthy Harvest, we work with a lot of the community groups and we find families who don't have access to fresh produce. And from the beautiful Scotts Miracle-Gro Company Community Garden Campus, you can imagine all of the produce that's produced. Some of that produce is given to these families, and then our educators work with them to teach them how to prepare healthy meals. And that's been such a wonderful program with the parents and the children coming together and learning how to grow healthy fruits and vegetables and then how to prepare them. And then the farmers market, which, Jenny, when does that start? June 1st. Okay, so the 6th year of the farmers market, we had over 6,000 people attend last year, and we are going to continue our Veggie Snaps program. So just a little bit of what the conservatory is doing in the area of outreach and education. I'd like to close before I introduce Commissioner O'Grady by thanking all of you for all of your work, because without your hard work, your volunteerism, and helping to make this community great, we wouldn't be where we are today. So thank you very much.
Well, happy Earth Day to everybody. Sorry for being late. As I came in and drove around the park, I saw all the Abbott shirts out there. I saw all kinds of folks working around the park today. That's fantastic. There's a lot to celebrate on a day like today. We are very, very lucky to live in a innovative, open, involved community, and we value and we promote the use of community gardens in our local neighborhoods. This type of mentality is evident when you look around today and you see what's being accomplished. Thanks to the hard work of organizations like the Franklin Park Conservatory and Scotts Miracle-Gro, who are fierce advocates of the community gardening in Central Ohio and are providing education and resources for local gardeners to succeed. Speaking of gardens, I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to congratulate all the winners of the Columbus and Franklin County Community Gardens grants this year. This year, Franklin County will be providing support for 8 community gardens outside the city of Columbus And that's exactly the type of progressiveness that I envisioned in 2009 when we set out in Franklin County to create our first community garden on Gantz Road, our International Harvest Garden, which has remarkably doubled in size over the last year. This year, the 6th year for this particular program, 34 different gardens between the city and the county are receiving grant funds, and like Harvest Garden, each one brings something different to their neighborhoods. At a total of 37 applications that we received and were considered for awards by the city and the county, that just shows how enthusiastic our residents are about sustainable, healthy living. It's a great feeling knowing we're able to award over 90% of our applicants with these garden grant dollars. Statistics show that families who have access to a grocery store are more likely to put fresh food on their dinner table versus stopping for fast food or ordering a pizza. We're used to that. Many of us, most of us are used to that. We live in parts of this community that have easy access to a grocery store, but not everybody in this community does. In Franklin County, we've been battling food deserts for some time. And, you know, there are many folks in these neighborhoods who not only don't have a grocery store near them, but if they did, they certainly wouldn't have access to transportation to be able to get there. And so they end up at a corner store or a bodega. And we've been working with our friends at the United Way to try to, with the Healthy Store Initiative, Corner Store Initiative, to try to get fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, cheeses into these corner stores, because we find that when people have access to them, they purchase them. And when the grocers provide them, they sell them, which is good news. It's also great to know that we're able to award over 90% of our applicants with these grant dollars. Statistics show that families who have access to a grocery store are more likely to put, I went back over that. Families have access to a community garden. That when they have access to community garden plots, they can grow their own vegetables and carry them a few blocks back home for little or no cost. So we're collaborating to address this with the development of our local food action plan. We've been working with the Columbus Public Health on a local food action plan, along with Councilwoman Tyson. Healthy children come from healthy communities, and I hope that these grant funds, to grant these funds, they produce donations along with the donations from Scott's Miracle Grow that'll make the work of the gardeners easier. A special thanks to the Columbus Foundation, the City of Columbus, Columbus Public Health, the Franklin Park Conservatory, Clean Turn, the Ohio EPA, and Keep Ohio Beautiful for pushing the message further, but there's still plenty of work to be done. It's great to see everybody here this morning. It's great to see this many people in this fantastic barn. We didn't have this many people always at this type of an event, so it's fantastic to see this and see the growth and see the excitement and see all of you here. And again, sorry that I was late, but you guys, man, it was worth getting here for you guys. To look out there and see all of the volunteers, all the people that are here to do all this work is fantastic. So thanks for everything you do.
So good morning, and Commissioner O'Grady, we are so glad you're here, actually. My name's Teresa Long. I'm the Health Commissioner for the City of Columbus, and you couldn't have a better advocate as far as the health and obviously community gardening. So again, thanks so much for joining us, and actually, let me just say good morning and happy Earth Day. Good morning. Good morning. It is terrific. Actually, I love this. I actually have my shoes out in the car, so I guess I better get in the dirt. I've already been in the dirt a couple times this weekend, or week. So again, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here with Council President Pro Tem Tyson. Bruce, thank you for hosting us. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Some who are here, but actually there are many sponsors you'll hear from. So again, just consider how far we have come. You've heard we've been about this. Actually, some of us have been about this for a lot of years. But again, we are so excited to be a part of having nearly or maybe over 275 community gardens in our community. That is amazing. So hats off to Columbus and Franklin County, and our numbers just keep growing. The community gardens really do, as Commissioner O'Grady said, have an important impact on the quality of life of our residents. We know that they help us get access to fresh and healthy food, nutritious food. They actually improve community engagement or community involvement, and they make our neighborhoods a more desirable place to live. So they are good for our city, they're good for our community, but they're also good for our body and our soul. And yes, you'll hear more about being good for our environment too. This year, we have 6 new community gardens that we're celebrating. So let me just name those, because the rest of you, we love you every day, and obviously every time at this season, but 6 new, we just want to keep growing those. The new ones that I'm aware of are the Hilltop Community Garden, the Mid-Nemo Middle School Garden in South Linden, the Teen Corps Garden, the Belvedere Healthy Living Garden, the Dunedin Garden, and the Beck Street School Garden. So congratulations to you all. And again, to each of you and to all of the community gardens that are here, congratulations. It will take all of us working together to make our communities healthier, better places for us to all live, yes, learn, but play and raise our families. And we couldn't do it. Honestly, we could not do it without you. So gardeners and volunteers, dedicated residents, committed public officials, all of us are committed to building, to planting, to feeding and weeding, yes, there have to be some weeding, and to harvest fresh produce to feed our neighbors. So again, thank you so much for being here. We are very honored at Columbus Public Health to be a part of this. And let me introduce a champion for our city, a champion for healthy neighborhoods, but a gardener herself, if you don't know. I think last year she was here in her boots. So again, let me introduce to you Council President Pro Tem Priscilla Tyson.
Thank you, Dr. Long. This is a day that I absolutely look forward to every single year. And I looked at my Facebook this morning, and my Facebook page, it shows what were you doing a year ago. And a year ago, the picture came up, and we were here at Franklin Park Conservatory. We're standing right outside. This building wasn't here yet. We're standing right outside. It had been raining. It was pretty hot in the other room. We went outside, took a great shot for Earth Day. And so it was a great way to just wake up this morning and think about what we were doing a year ago. And as Dr. Long just mentioned, many of you got those grants a year ago, and now we have 6 more grants this year. When I think about this program and the investment that the city has made, it was in 2010, so 6 years ago. I was asked by some individuals in our community to support community gardening, support beautification of our community. So back then, we only had we put in $5,000 investment. And that's I call that seed money. And we all understand what seed money can do. So 6 years ago, $5,000 in seed money. We then ended up thinking about today, that every year since then, we pretty much have put in between, $26,000, $35,000 in terms of just dollars from the city. And then you add what Scott's Miracle Grow has done. You add what the county commissioners have done, even in this particular cycle, and then some private sector money. And then you think about all the great work going on at Franklin Park Conservatory and Bill Dawson, and them adding to the gardens. That just little bit of seed money has grown this program every year. That's why many of you are standing in this room today, because of what a seed can do. And so today, we're going to be giving out, I know there's more money that's been given out, so that those of you in this room will then take this seed money again that's grown and make amazing things happen in your community. Today, it's really all about you, the gardeners, for all the reasons that our county commissioner O'Grady mentioned, and Dr. Long has mentioned, and as Bruce, we know the importance of gardens. They change neighborhoods. They bring leadership skills. They feed people. They're economic development starters. They do all of that. But most importantly, they feed people. So we take those gardens. Not only are you utilizing them in your community, but you're also providing food to individuals who may not have access to growing their own food and having those fresh fruits and vegetables. vegetables. So one seed, as we all know, and teeny tiny seeds make the biggest gardens and the biggest flowers. And so I just thank you for that. I also want to thank some people in this room, especially that have done amazing things in gardening. I want to take this opportunity to recognize Mr. Eric Gates, who was sitting right here, who was the Community Gardener of the Year for 2015. I also want to thank Leanne Ward. I saw this beautiful video that was done by Leanne and the team that was here from the Southern Baptist, when Southern Baptist Convention was here and worked in the Linden community. And to see what has happened at that garden because of volunteers that are from outside our community and volunteers in our community, and for the will of you, Leanne, to make things happen in your community is really wonderful. I also want to recognize, because this community is near and dear to me, again, and Leanne's in the Linden community, as well as the Linden Gardening Association, and then I also heard there's another organization that's got money today. Linden is an area that we're focusing on in this community. We care about all areas of our community. That's why these gardens are going in every community. But I tell you, we have a lot of work to do on the hilltop and a lot of work to do in the Linden community. And so I appreciate individuals who are focused in those areas, making sure that individuals do not have food deserts or providing them with the proper nutritional food that they need. So anyway, I'm happy to be here. That was my message to the gardeners. I absolutely love you. I am a gardener. I cannot wait to get outside and start planting. I love the dirt. I love seeing small seeds grow into big things. And so thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing the city of Columbus to be able to provide dollars for you to do this work. I also want to thank my colleagues who allow me to say yes when I ask money for community gardens. I want to thank our Mayor Andrew Ginther, who is also very excited about the community gardening effort. I want to thank John Rush, who is here from Clean Turn, who is going to be very helpful today in terms of logistical support. I want to thank Dr. Long, and her team, Barb Seckler, who does an amazing job in making sure these grants happen. Let's give Barb a round of applause. There are also two other people in the room, Autumn and Cheryl. I don't know where they are standing, but Autumn and Cheryl are in the back. And let me share why I want to recognize them. Commissioner O'Grady and I are working on an amazing food plan for Franklin County and the city of Columbus, and just want to, the food plan should be ready by the end of this year. We look forward to presenting that food plan. It will have an equity component to this plan, a lot of other components too, but food equity is really important. So I thank my friend Commissioner O'Grady for partnering with us and making that happen. I also want to thank again our friends at Scott's Miracle Grow and all the sponsors. We could not do this work without you. Again, here comes, see how that seed just keeps multiplying, multiplying, and multiplying. Our Close to Columbus Foundation, who looks at these grants every single year and selects you guys. And then last but not least, I have to thank Bruce Harkey and Bill Dawson, because their leadership, especially I'm going to say Bill, and your leadership around community gardening is just, you know, it's worldwide. We thank you for what you do. We really appreciate you. We appreciate Bruce for letting you do this work, and for Bruce and the programs that they just talked about earlier today. They are so committed to the gardening program, and just want to say thank you for allowing us to be here and focusing on the area that's near and dear to me and also to this city. And so thank you so much, and I appreciate you and look forward to the rest of the program and getting outside in the dirt. Congratulations, all your winners.
I'm happy to be here on behalf of Ohio EPA, and I think probably some of you, when you think of Ohio EPA, maybe the first things that come to your mind are more related to kind of our regulatory functions like permitting, inspections, enforcement, et cetera. But what some of you may not know is that we have several programs within Ohio EPA that support activities like recycling, litter prevention, pollution prevention, waste minimization, green infrastructure, environmental education, and other sustainable practices. So again, I'm happy to be here representing some of those programs today with some of my team members. And I think if our director, Craig Butler, were here, and he's planting a tree somewhere else, I think, right about now, he would tell you not only how important those programs are to him personally, but how important those programs are to our core mission of environmental protection. So I'm just here really to say congratulations to all of the partners contributing to today's event. You know, and I think above and beyond that, we just want to say we applaud your efforts really on a day-to-day basis and everything that you do to support sustainable practices within your own organizations and in helping your communities. We know that people will walk away from today's event with a better understanding of not only how activities like this community garden activity can help protect the environment, but also how these practices can help improve their own quality of life. So with that, again, thank you. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for your exceptional work. And again, we look forward from Ohio EPA's perspective in supporting your efforts in the future. So at this point, I will turn it over to Sue Locke from Scotts Miracle-Gro.
Well, thank you, Lori, and good morning to everyone. And on behalf of my colleagues at Scotts Miracle-Gro, we are thrilled to be here to celebrate the 46th anniversary of Earth Day. Can't believe that it's 46 years. And you all are really part of a tradition. I know we've been doing the celebration here at Franklin Park probably for at least 6 years, and to see it grow year over year has been really amazing. So you really are a part of a tradition, and we also have other activities going on. I know that at the State House they're doing tree plantings, and Director Butler from the EPA is there. So again, a part of a great group of activities that are taking place here to celebrate the observance of Earth Day. So whether we're planting gardens, planting trees, natural habitats, it's just something that's really important, and we're glad to celebrate this today. So maybe I'm biased working at Scotts, but I don't think there's really a better place to be celebrating Earth Day than in a garden. And truly, gardening just transcends all boundaries. We have a program at Scotts, it's Grow 1000, and we committed this in 2011 to support 1,000 gardens and green spaces in US, Canada, Europe, and this year, for the first time, we were in Latin America just last week. So whether you are in Mexico and you're working with elementary school kids in San Pedro, Bill Dawson was there, gardening really, it's just a universal language. It truly is. And with all the travels that we've done with our program, I really can say with a lot of conviction that all that we're doing here in Central Ohio really is a model best practices and work, and really setting a very high bar for trends in community gardening. And with Bill Dawson and the Franklin Park Conservatory as partners, we're just really proud of what we've been able to do with that program. But when you think about gardening here in Columbus, this year, I think we have, Lindsay LaSalle said that we have 290 pallets of product that we're going to be awarding. So yeah, that's a lot of material. Yeah. And also the variety of gardens and garden projects that we are supporting, it's pretty amazing. So whether you have edible gardens, pollinator gardens, flower gardens, really Central Ohio, you folks, gardeners, and the garden groups are really a true representative of what's taking place out there around the nation, also the world in the gardening space. So we are just so proud to support all of these local groups. And as Commissioner Grady said, we're very fortunate to live in a city that is so supportive of this community garden infrastructure, whether it's urban farms, urban gardening. We're just very, very lucky to be in Central Ohio. And for us at Scotts, not only are we happy to support groups with product and monetary support, we also are getting into the space where we're working on education and curriculum. So again, Jenny Pope and the team here at the Conservatory, we're looking at some of the youngest gardeners and what are those programs to teach kids from an early age, not just about gardening, but what are some of the other things that you can learn from the garden. So you're going to be hearing more about that in the future. So again, thank you very much for being a part of this, and I think our next speaker is Bill Dawson.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see you all out here. This day is about you. The gardeners, the volunteers that are here, and it's just a fantastic day. We all have a choice in what we do for the earth and for each other, so let's make the right one. And today is a big part of that. And so I want to bring up one of our gardeners. I like to have in this presentation that we have one of you represented as well, so one of our community gardeners. And we typically choose our Community Gardener of the Year. And we all have awards for you coming up in September, and I want to see applications for your projects. Well, last year, 2015, Community Gardener of the Year was Eric Gates with the Miracle Garden. Come on up, Eric.
Greetings, everyone. I also a graduate of Green Corps 2016. When I was working at a community garden, I have feel empowered and improving my neighborhood a lot. I would like to thank you to Scott's Miracle Grow for donating a lot of materials for the community garden. And I also work with Franklin Park Conservatory under Dr. Miller on Green Corps. And I know all the workers at the conservatory put love and compassion of their jobs. And also Dr. Miller is a great teacher, and he opened up a program called Green Corps of this summer. Team Corps. Sorry, Dr. Miller.
So what's the name of your garden?
Miracle Garden.
Well, isn't that funny? The Miracle Grow Company supporting the Miracle Garden?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where is your garden?
There are two community gardens, one in Westerville and one in Aberdeen.
Okay, so in the Linden area.
Yep.
Another one of those great gardens in the Linden area. They're popping up all over.
Yeah, they spray out like weeds. Yeah. I say you can use them for eating like vegetable and fruits that are going over there.
Right. How do you feel like this garden has helped you and improved the neighborhood, but improved your life?
Yeah, it improved my neighborhood and improved my life. I went for a community garden, one in Aberdeen and Westerville. I should not be Gardener of the Year.
Yeah.
And I say, I think I had a future in comedy showbiz.
Love him. He's been just a fantastic participant of the Green Corps program, a graduate. What they've done in the Linden community with the Miracle Garden, a fairly new garden that's making big things happen. I've got to just say really quick, he was talking to Leanne one day and said, do you have a, what do you say? Do you ever kick the bucket? And I said, well, that's an old game, isn't it? Yeah, the car kick the can. He said, no, it's, I've been able to scratch off my kick the bucket list that I've now received a major award, and that's the 2015 Community Gardener of the Year Award. I still have lots of things on my kick the bucket list, so I better get busy. So is Brad Bender in here from Clean Turn? He might still be out there on the loader. I wanted to recognize Clean Turn. They're doing some deliveries. They're here helping with logistics. They're loading up product. They'll be here all day. Clean Turn is a fantastic company. that runs across many different departments, whether it's cleaning, demolition, landscaping, all giving people a second chance in life and giving them a clean turn. And they just do a fantastic job. Brad was going to go over some of the logistics. I'll do that really quickly. You guys have been here a while. You've parked your trucks from who's ever in the front row to the Japanese garden. I think you're lined up. And run to your trucks and get in and wait a little longer. Basically, the line will start moving. You'll have your tickets that say what you're getting. These wonderful volunteers from Scott's Miracle-Gro Company, other organizations here are going to help load you. We've got folks from the city, the county with forklifts, and we're going to get you moving. We're going to work at it most of the day, and then you guys can get growing. So, Sue, you want to come back up to close? Thanks, everybody.
Okay, so I thought the sun was coming out here, so we're going to take that as a good sign. So this is kind of like the wrap of the Academy Awards to thank everybody. So again, Mayor Andrew Ginther, Columbus City Council, Franklin County Commissioners, Columbus Public Health, the Columbus Foundation, Clean Turn, Keep Ohio Beautiful, the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency, the Abbott Associates, and the Scotts Miracle-Gro Associates, and also a special shout out to Lindsay LaSala, who once again made this event happen.